I'm itching to run. Good morning. It's been almost 2 weeks since I've run. Intended to see if I could do 10 or 20 minutes. It's raining, isn't it lovely? So this will be the end of my rest cycle if everything feels right. We'll see. I think shoulder's 90% healed. Same with the calf and the Achilles. I don't know if we can get 100%. It's a chilly morning and a slow start. Getting my body moving again. So I reset the factory settings on the heart rate. So now to stay in zone 2, it wants me to stay under 120. Yeah. So I can re-put in a heart rate thing, but I'd rather have a race where I get a max heart rate that's recent. My last max heart rate was way higher than factory settings, being 196. And still, this rest cycle, this will be like our rest run, and then we'll start building up. So, race announcement. We got Pittsburgh half marathon I signed up for. I was weighing between that and the Rothrock Trail Challenge, or maybe both. I don't know, both might be a little bit of an ask. That's in May. So we'll see what I do for training. Right now I'm leaning towards taking one of the Gallery book on running plans. That was his book from before he really formulated his run walk method that much. So it's not really going to be a run walk plan. But if I remember right, the speed working has a lot of 400s, so I'll do a lot of minute and a half repeats. So I'll modify those for a slower runner from 400 meters to a minute and a half or 2 minutes. We'll see. Somewhere in there. And build up some speed and tackle that half marathon in April. If I also do the Rothrock Trail Challenge, I'll continue hiking because I'll hike that. That is either a half marathon or you can do the 25K and I'll do the half marathon and just hike it because I'm going to continue working with my poles on my form with that as well, because that's a big part of why I like getting out, is getting out into the woods. Okay, I'll just run here to the end of this park and back. So that's a nice short one. I missed my run group this morning because I slept in. All week I've been working a job that I thought was going to be long-term sub, but it turned out they just wanted a day-to-day sub in there to do long-term sub work. And so I have a new long-term sub job that's starting next week at a different school. Should be fun. The one coming up is elementary band. Really wish the last one had worked out, but you know, it seems like this is what happens to me professionally every year. I get something, a little bit, somebody suggest something or imply something, or maybe I read too much into it and it turns out not being something career-wise. Too bad. I really liked the kids and really connected with them there. It still could turn out to something permanent when they hire for the permanent, but they did say they wanted to wait till January to do interviews for that so that new graduates, right, like from Penn State, could apply for it. And of course, as a teacher, you know, with the union, a new graduate gets paid a whole lot easier, so a whole lot less, so it's a whole lot easier to budget for a school. I remember when I was in Pittsburgh, if I remember the numbers right, you know, every school got the number budget for teacher that was under the max pay for teacher, right? So the teachers who were on the top of the salary actually hurt the budget, whereas younger teachers helped the budget because they were paid well below what was budgeted by the district for each school. So I don't know if it's a similar thing. I don't know anything about administration, and I don't want to even pretend to. But you know. So anyway, I got this nice long-term sub gig. It's going to go until the end of March, and then I'll go back to day-to-day subbing then. Maybe pick up a full-time thing. We'll see. I'll keep applying. Yeah, so Pittsburgh Half Marathon. Anybody go into that? It's a nice one. I think my brothers have both done that, and my neighbor's definitely done it quite a few times. So it should be fun. Shoulder's still hurting. That's what I said, is that probably about 90% healed. So I can lift it up a little bit, but I think I'm holding the camera a little bit lower than I normally would. But I'm still holding it. It's, what is that, 5 minutes of holding the camera. So a little bit of isometric exercise for the shoulder right there. Yeah, even 126 gets into the third zone. Yeah, I don't think I can stick with the factory zones, but factory settings for the zones as a 47-year-old. With the half, I hope to continue to do weight training. So I'm working on my overall fitness and not letting the distance take over everything. If all else fails, I can pull back and do a beginner's plan. I suspect a lot of my energies will have to be focused on the new job, at least early on, but it's fine. I started planning. Early mileages are always fairly short. It's chilly this morning and rainy. But my friends from England know just how this feels. Question of the day: what's the hardest thing about coming back from an off season? Mostly, I need this run for psychological reasons.